I hope we're live. It's telling me
We
we've been live.
live.
It's telling me we're live. I'm also gonna record this just in case if some shit happens in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It still
probably
says that we're
should.
waiting. It still says that. Okay, there we go.
There
There
we
we go.
go. Now we're live. Hey, chat. Chat.
Hey, chat.
Oh,
Where
actually,
you at?
let's first see if this works.
Hi, Zach. You're actually on time.
You're actually 2 minutes
Oh
ahead of
shit!
time. Hey everyone, how you guys all doing? Hopefully you guys can hear us loud and clearly, and hopefully this thing is actually running live for all of you guys out there. Everybody
It's
in the
still
chat.
work.
Actually, let me go and give my boy Donnie something real quick, only because he's been my go-to lad for some of the stuff here on this channel. So thank you.
After thousands of years.
Yeah, all sounds fine. Sweet. I'm very happy to hear that. Thanks everybody for tuning in for tonight. Once again, how you guys all doing? My name is KG Prestige and welcome to another exciting session of the PokePod World Podcast. But for some odd reason, we somehow stumbled upon into the world of
We're in a new dimension.
YouTube's.
A new dimension.
A new dimension. It is interesting that we're here. Okay, just to clarify on this, to help support the channel out here on this one, you know, to let people know that we have a new channel dedicated to just specifically all of the full sessions of the PokePod World Podcast. We are going to be live here on this platform for the week. You know, just to give it a bit of a test, see how things work, see how folks enjoy this sort of thing, and if people do appreciate this sort of thing, I might be able to kind of do a dual stream where it'll be streaming here and on Twitch. We don't know just yet. Show Pro has joined the chat. Listen, man, I don't need those Vietnam flashbacks yet again.
I don't like this place. It smells like copyrights and low algorithms.
Yeah, piss yellow dollar signs for some reason. And I'm not even a part of the YouTube thing. I don't even make money here.
I just want to make this very clear. This isn't for fucking children.
I had to hit that button 1,000 times to make sure this is not for kids.
No, KG, you're forgetting something. You're forgetting the advertiser-friendly content.
Oh yeah, it's advertiser friendlies. Anytime we swear, we're gonna have a
It's
bleep.
for fucking teenagers, for fuck's sake.
Tyrone, we're not even a minute. Alright, how is everybody doing in the
$6
chat?
yeah.
I see my boy there, Lumio's Trainer Zach. How you doing, buddy? Goggle Master Curl, Aleximo, Goggle, all you wonderful folks. The familiar faces actually that are usually from our Twitch side of things, but now showing up over here. So first of all, greetings everyone. Hope you guys are having a good old day, evening, afternoon, wherever you guys live. It is going to be an interesting time ahead of us. So before we get any further, I do want to just bring something up real quick, only because of the significance of what's happening for tomorrow. For many old viewers out there, you know, and the older demographic, I know this might sound dumb, but go vote. do yourself a favor if you can, of course, to go vote.
There's some states like Wisconsin that are actually offering free rides on like Uber and other rideshare apps just to go to vote. So go and take advantage of that.
Exactly. So if you have yet to do that, don't say who you're voting for or
KG,
anything.
you
Just
said a
make
week,
sure to
right?
just simply vote. What I say?
You said a week, right? We'll be on YouTube for a week.
Yeah, we'll be here for just this day anyway, for the PokePod of the week. It's going to be on this platform.
Okay.
But we'll also see how viewers actually take this. If you guys really do love this idea of streaming the PokePod sessions here on YouTube, you know, and would like it to sort of be here, let me know. You know, leave a like, support, follow the channel as well. Subscribe to the channel because it's still relatively new. We only have like, 60 subscribers
66 subscribers, which is the same as the session number. So
I know, right?
We want that number to come up.
Yeah, of course. Let's get that number rising, man. Let's start seeing more of the
Let's
viewership
do
go
it.
all over the place. So if you have yet to do that, ladies
Because
and
it's
gents, make sure to
terrorizing.
go and hit that subscribe button. It always helps the channel out in any way, shape, or form. And if you have yet to, by any chance, miss out on the previous sessions of the PokePod World Podcast, do not worry, because every single session for the World Podcast is indeed here on this platform.
It's all on here.
Now, I am being shown this little 0 sign over here. What the hell is this? It says there's 0 viewers now. I don't get that.
Damn.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
They said the minute everybody saw we were on YouTube, they're like, fuck it, I'm out.
I knew it. KG's the Dark Lord.
I thought they had quality content.
Ah, shit. Like, Show Pro came in, smacked my ass immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not even showing any YouTube-related shit here. It's like, no, or
We're not
any
even
Poke-related shit. It's like, nah, we're just going to already ban his ass because it's very
We
familiar.
ain't even do nothing yet.
I know, right? Show Pro already coming after my ass. Man, you know who I missed? The Masuda SWAT team. I've missed those lads. Where were they? They were my heroes back in my old channel. But
they're too busy. They're too busy taking care of the fucking Brexit people.
We gotta head to Daily Motion.
All right, yeah, and then Vimeo or whatever fucking other platform. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
no, what we gotta do? What we gotta do is we gotta do the old school shit, and we have to do fucking Shockcast server. Icecast server with fucking Og Theora. Anybody fucking remember that shit? No, of course you don't. Nobody remembers fucking Og Theora.
No, because I swear to God that shit sounds familiar. Don't know what the hell that is though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me go and just.
PokePod's gonna be on a VHS tape, and we're just gonna mail it to
Blog TV. That shit died like fucking 6 years ago.
There we go. Also, nice new avatar icon you got going on, Tyrone, in your Twitter platform.
Oh yeah, the Halloween.
Yeah,
picture.
although Halloween's over, buddy.
Well, I still like the picture.
I know you look like a true gangster, buddy.
Yeah, Team Rocket member. Yeah, but yeah. Speaking of Halloween, I hope everybody enjoyed things. I know in the Pokemon Go, you actually get. I think you got double candies, and you also get a Gengar that looks like Banette. You also get a Sableye that has a Litwick hat on, so that's pretty fun. You get bonuses if you catch ghost Pokemon and stuff like that. So yeah, that was some fun stuff if you're still playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And I will talk about other Pokemon distributions in a minute if we're not doing anything else. Is there anything else? Okay. So I will talk about the Pikachu because the Pikachu this month or this week or the Pikachu that just got distributed is the current Pikachu, the one in the series, Journeys. Mm-hmm. And a weird thing, this Pikachu is different than the others.
Oh, of course it is. Wow.
Yeah, it has the same, well, it's not a huge difference, but it has the same moves and everything. The difference, though, is that this Pikachu is the only Pikachu that's given away in the distribution that's actually holding the light ball, which is an item that doubles Pikachu's physical and special attack.
Really now?
So, yes. So, and if it's holding a light ball and it gives birth to Pichu, that Pichu will no Volt Tackle. So, there you go. The code for this one, maybe TSS will get it because, well, like, get why it's called this. The code for it is Ken Pika 1855.
Yes, Keen Pika 1855. So Keen means gold, but it also means Friday. Pikachu. 1855 is 6:55 p.m., which means that it was the
Journey's
the
time.
The new time slot Friday at 6:55 p.m. JST. So yeah, so basically, if you don't know about the Japanese series, you don't get this fucking code.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, you can still enter the code and you'll still get the Pikachu. But I did for the longest. I was looking at this, going, "What the fuck does this mean?
What are these numbers and everything?"
Right, I got the other ones. The other ones were references to the show, but this is the only one other than, like, you know, if you're an American watcher of Pokemon, you only watch Pokemon in America. The Best Wishes one, I guess, will be kind of weird because, you know, they actually have Best Wishes as the code for that Pika. But this Pika, like, is referencing something, and you even got it down to the fucking timestamp. I'm over here like 1855. Pokemon was made in 1996, sir.
Yeah, like I was like, I didn't realize Pokemon came back in the 1850s. Like, Jesus Christ.
Give me your Pokemon.
Did you know Jet Set Radio is actually celebrating its 60th anniversary?
Shut up.
No, I shit you not. You not saw that?
Shut up.
Here, let me go send you the article real quick. You will be surprised here. It is confirmed that Jet Set Radio was a game that came out 60 years ago. That's
older than my dad. No.
Here, I'll send you the article right now. Look at that. Sega has looked back at Jet Set Radio in its latest 60th anniversary video.
Oh, I know what they mean by this. So Sega, God damn you. Sega started off doing other shit besides video games for a while. They were just an entertainment company. and then they turned into a video game company later. And
That's
then-
why that's
Yeah.
that's like saying Mario is 125 years old.
Yeah, because Nintendo started off like
1885.
Yeah.
oh my god, what?
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
back in the day
yeah.
they used to do, I don't know, so stuff.
Back when the world was black
He-
and white, Pokemon.
Kirifuda playing cards.
You know, I really want to
okay.
go back in the day. Was it really black and white back then? This is one of those mysteries
Yes.
I really need to.
Of course, everything and every time you talk, we couldn't hear anything. Somebody had to put up a title card showing what you said,
Damn.
and then there was that guy playing the piano.
You know what's actually funny though?
Yeah.
There's an actual audio recording of Abraham Lincoln.
Nice. And there's a guy in the back playing a piano. I
I think it's from like 1864 or some shit.
We have nothing to fetch. How'd they record him? I know. I'm just saying, how'd they record him?
I think it was on cylinder.
Wait, like the shape?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was on like a cylindrical media.
Oh,
Abraham Lincoln had a Discord.
yeah. Like, four discords and years ago. I don't really know what to do.
People of America, join my Discord. Fight for freedom.eu.
1889. Okay, fine. I was a few years off.
You were close. You
You
were
were
close.
very close, buddy.
You were closer than I ever would have been. I thought Nintendo was made in like 19. I want to say 1950s.
No.
Back in ye old days, like,
And I thought Nintendo just made toys at first, and then they went on to make video games.
nah. Wasn't it some sort of love hotel and some shit like that?
The fuck?
Yeah, you didn't know this? It was like a love hotel they used to make back then before they went into making toys.
Step into the boom room. Hotel Mario.
Oh shit, now it all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
It all comes together on this goddamn story here with this shit. But no.
How's it keeping, Mario? Don't come in.
Speaking about the Marios and shenanigans and whatnot, wasn't there like a Nintendo Direct that happened? Like literally the day
Yeah,
after?
there was. Third party, right? Like No More Heroes, Bravely Default 2.
Yeah, we had like a full-on Nintendo Direct dedicated.
Those are the only two things I remember, by the way.
There was a lot actually. So I actually have the list here if you guys want to take a second to talk a little bit about it, or is there anything
go
else
ahead.
in particular you guys want to?
The only other thing is I know Pokemon Masters has an event that's returning, and that's the Zinnia and Rayquaza.
I hate
event.
it, by the way.
Why?
Because Zinnia's returning, but not complete. If you missed
What?
out on Zinnia's original run of the event, you were able to max her out back then. In the upcoming rerun, you won't be able to max her out. It's gonna be 1-5.
How?
Huh?
How?
Because they're not giving you the all the items required to actually max out her stats and all that. This is confirmed. You can actually take a look at it. People are very pissed
Yeah,
off
I'm
right
reading
now.
it now. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
reading
the
it
orb.
now.
Yeah,
Right.
the
Yeah.
sync pair stuff and the orbs.
Yeah. It says the changes have been made to the prize rewards for Zinnia. Holy shit. Yeah, but however, you can still
But
receive the
you have to
What the
remember
fuck?
but you have to remember when she was on the first time around, you had to unlock all the fucking abilities.
No, but see, they gave you at least
But
the
you can't max her
necessary
out.
items for that.
Yeah.
In this one, all those items necessary to make that happen are completely scrapped out. So
Well, that's
newer
because it's
players
already. That's
can't
because it's
complete it.
already. Yeah, but to be fair, though, all of the moves and shit are unlocked already.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
saying, just to like max out
Still
the
sucks.
character,
Yeah.
it feels kind of weird because it's like, say if you're a new player who came in after the EX stuff, and well, you got interested in the story now, right? And you see all these other players using Zinnia fully maxed out. You hear about the rerun, and you're like, oh my god, now I too can also join them as well. Discover you can't actually unless you use other resources that aren't necessarily for Zinnia herself, and it's like a bit of a disappointment.
Are we talking about the the sync the sync chart, or are we
Here,
talking
I'll
about?
get you the information for you, TSS, so you can get
Yeah,
an
because
idea. Because
I'm
this,
gonna look in the game
here we go. Let's see.
because I already got her up to like
Rest in
level
peace,
100.
new players who won't be able to 5/5 and 20/20 Rayquaza. So basically, apparently from data mine, there will not be an exchange shop. Instead, there will be a prize box, which doesn't give the custom power ups and the duplicates.
Okay, but you can still get her to 125.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, to fully max out the, it will be possible to max out the sync pair, but you're gonna have to use other materials that
Well,
weren't exclusive
let me
to
go
Zinnias.
let me go to the sync grid.
Yeah, the zinc grid and all that is gonna be fine. I'm talking about the sync pair level up thing to the 5 star, 5 max.
But it already is 5. She's already 5.
Uh,
She's
no.
she's
Her
already 5.
sync pair move is in 5. When you get her for the first time, it's a 1 out of 5. You have to use either candies or use the resources to max out her sync
Right.
pair.
Okay. You're talking about the sync move level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are not able to be maxed out no more.
Well,
Well,
of course,
through
because you can't pull
the original resources that was used for Zinnia back in Masters when she first came out.
Yeah,
So
because that was
that's why
different.
people are a little disappointed by that. But yeah, I'm still gonna be happy to at least have her in my squad. I'm just a little surprised that I don't know why they decided to
Eh,
make this change, especially
well,
given that.
they're gonna make some other changes too, so that's fine.
Mhm. I know a lot of people were complaining about the 5 star tickets not being as given as often during its first few months of the EX run when they stated they were going to do that because we only got like what the 4 star or 3 star tickets. So hopefully
Well,
they're
I mean,
starting to make the,
I just got a 5 star coupon myself.
yeah,
So.
they started to understand that a little bit better. So thankfully that's happening.
Well, yeah. Well, I give them credit for at least trying to make it
Yeah,
work.
they're actually like paying attention. Most gotcha games would just sort of leave the game as is and just let it continue on. And no, with Masters, you could tell that
Well,
these
and
folks are working
at
on it.
least they're giving and plus they're giving like compensation for bugs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. So, yeah, for those who haven't played Masters beforehand and want to get Zinnia now, you will still get her. Just realize that you're going to have to take a little bit more of resources in order to actually get her maxed out, and not the free ones that the game would give you. So there's that. But now let's take a second to go and talk a little bit about the Nintendo Direct dedicated to third-party companies. Now, they stated in this one that this was meant to be their last Direct overall for the third-party presentation. So, in this one, you could tell that they went with a bang in this event because they introduced a lot, and I mean a lot of interesting games. Obviously, kicking things off, they talk a little bit about Bravely Default 2, which was originally confirmed to come out later this year, but was pushed back for February 26th. And I have to say, I'm very happy that the game finally got some acknowledgement. It's kind of similar to like Shin Megami Tensei 5, only just to a smaller scale. Because for Shin Megami Tensei fans, they had to wait since the launch of Switch just to hear any more information. But with Bravely Default, we got, after a year time of waiting, we heard information about it. And I have to say, I'm interested in it. I've played the first game. I will say there's a part of the game that I hate from the first title, but everything else, though, the level up system, the job classes, the mechanics, everything just looks so great. I really loved the first Bravely Default. And I am super excited to get my hands on the second one. It is looking intriguing. I don't know about you guys in particular who might be big fans of JRPGs in the chat as well. Are you interested in getting
If
the Bravely Default 2
if
game?
you're completely new to Bravely Default, this will fuck you up for real. So obviously, if you just look at the titles alone, it's Bravely Default. Bravely Second is not a sequel to Bravely Default. It is in its own. It is another. It is another game in the Bravely series, but it is not the second game. The second game will be Bravely Default 2 when it comes out. It is the sequel to Bravely Default. But if you play Bravely Second, you would know that because
Yeah, the titling is dumb. I'll give you
yes,
that. But this is
Kingdom Hearts syndrome.
think of
well,
this.
I was gonna say it's nearing Kingdom Hearts bullshit.
Think of this like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. and Xenoblade Chronicles if you ever played those two titles.
Yes, but it says Bravely Second, but that doesn't mean it's the sequel to Bravely Default.
No, it means something else.
It just means there's a second It means there's a second Bravely. So when Bravely Second 2 comes out, people's heads are gonna fucking explode.
What do you mean there's two on this one?
What do you mean there's a second 2?
Now,
2 squares.
I know, right? Now, another thing as well, aside from that, once again, I'm looking forward to that game. Very, very excited.
But I'm looking forward to it too. I actually need to get in the Bravely series while I'm talking shit. The first one was for the DS, right?
Yeah, the 3DS, as well as
3DS,
the sequel.
good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I do recommend, if you enjoy the first game, there will be a part in the game that you will have to do something that I personally think kind of kills a lot of the enjoyment of what they were trying to go with the story. And it's basically a lot of backtracking. I won't really get much into it, but boy, does that backtracking sting as fuck, man.
Right.
I wish there was another game to use as an example for that, where the game forces you to go basically to every single location you've been to before to do an additional quest. That oh man, is there another game out there that makes you do that in particular? I'm trying to think off the top.
I can't think of one right off the top of my head.
Skyward Sword, you're right. Yeah, Skyward Sword is a perfect example of that.
Skyward
Yeah,
Sword.
because of those stupid little jewels things or something like that. Or the Triforce pieces. Think of it like that. You had to like basically go through the same place you were in before, just remixed a little bit, and none of that backtracking is really fun in my opinion. But the combat and everything else surrounding it is great. So that's why I'm looking forward to the sequel, especially because they confirmed in their survey that they've adjusted a lot of the complaints that folks have had with the demo that came out back in March of this year. So with that said, yeah, looking forward to that game. The other one, of course, everybody was going nuts about for sure is No More Heroes. Have you guys ever got a chance to play No More Heroes?
I know of it. I played the first one. It's silly.
Sounds like a sequel to a Kiss song from the Elder album in 1981, or World Without Heroes.
It's pretty silly though.
It is, and it's
of course I'm joking.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
It's silly. It's like, he's like it's a giant video game tournament.
Right.
It breaks the fourth wall a lot. It's fun though. It's fun. It's a fun little game.
It actually also makes fun of a lot of more popular Japanese culture too, with some of the transformations. Like I think they what is the most popular guy where like he transforms into like some kind of mech? What,
like a Gundam?
No, not Gundam. What's the other thing called in Japan? It's like he gets into a suit of oh man. It's off the top of my head.
Like Kamen Rider?
Yeah, like that. Kamen Rider. Yeah, think of it like that in certain elements.
Yeah.
Why to move to YouTube today? Just to test things out, see how people think. Yeah, Super Sentai as well. That's another.
Yeah, Super Sentai.
Yeah, so think of it like that. The combat is great. The story's ridiculous. The voice acting and dialogue, I think, is some of the best.
Zach said woke Bravely Forth. Bravely Forth is the third game in the Bravely series.
Now, another thing I also want to talk about regarding No More Heroes is that they confirmed in this direct that yes, No More Heroes 3 is coming out, unfortunately not this year, but rather in 2021. But as a compensation though, you can enjoy both the first No More Heroes game as well as its sequel on the Switch at the day that the direct had released. So both games are available to play right now for $20 a pop. And honestly, I'd say go for it. Specifically, I'd say go starting with the first one. The second one, obviously for story purposes, you want to play the first one before you get to the second one. There is something very important with the second one from what I was told. Apparently, the first game was able to run in 60 frames per second, whereas the sequel was only able to run at 30 frames. But the Switch version had actually updated the frames per second now to be at 60 frames. And I think that was actually one of the killer reasons why a lot of folks actually went and purchased the sequel. There's a lot of little technical things that improve the game overall, and I'm excited to get my hands on trying those two games out before No More Heroes 3 releases sometime later in 2021. Looking forward to that. Other small titles such as The Story of Seasons, which I believe was supposed to have been called, Harvest Moon, I think was the name of it originally. before
I think
it
so.
got its name changed because I think another company used to own the title of Harvest Moon. So unfortunately, they had to go back to the Story of Seasons title. Not a lot of people know that, sadly.
Hmm.
And the thing with that though is, yeah, that game's sequel is coming out. What was there? Rune Factory 5. That looks interesting too. Limited edition stuff. In Japan, by the way. Now, the Japanese Nintendo Direct, I don't know if many people know about this, but I do want to talk about one particular game that only showed up exclusively on Japan's Nintendo Direct. There is a
Yeah,
game
because
that's called Buddy Mission Bond. It is a brand new Nintendo IP, like a legitimate new Nintendo IP. For some reason that they're hiding on Japanese Nintendo Direct and not in the other one, that is actually in collaboration with Koei Tecmo, as well as artwork. If I'm correct, I think the artwork is done by Yusuke Murata, if that's the name. Yusuke Murata, now, if I'm correct, is the artist for One Punch Man in the manga series.
One part.
You know, like the actual the manga series of that.
the manga,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the manga.
the manga, because there's of course one, which is the main webcomic creator and the main creator
Because
of that.
but the reason that they had to make the manga like that, because literally a person who made One Punch Man can't draw. Like literally, that's the reason.
Yeah,
he
so
can't
but
draw.
I will say though, it is interesting that it's being done like this. So yeah, Buddy Mission Bond is announced to be a collaboration between Nintendo and Koei Tecmo. Character designs are actually handled by Yosuke Murata. The cast is done as here. There's a character named Luke who is voiced by Ryohei Kimura. Aaron, as we joke around here, voiced by Takashi Kondo, Mokuma, which is voiced by Toshiyuki Morikawa, and Chesley, voiced by Daisuke Namikawa. Now, as you know, as mentioned before, I'm very, very excited for this game. It is a little interesting to note that for fun fact for Pokemon fans, in case they didn't know this, Daisuke Namikawa actually voiced one of the Pokemons within Sun and Moon. Can you guess who it is?
Really?
You wouldn't believe who it is, actually.
Who is it?
Kartana.
Ah.
Now, see, in the Japanese and in the English release of the episode where Kartana was involved, from what I was told, was that the lines were reversed. So like so he was talking backwards, and if you flip it forward, he actually says, he says lines. So they got Goemon's current voice actor, which I think was something like that, or Daisuke Namikawa to do it. So
Show Pro and TV Tokyo are the devil.
I can't believe they got away with that shit.
It's just like the 4 Kids thing with Eric Stewart.
Yeah. Now, so yeah, there's a lot to look forward to with this upcoming game that sadly I'm bummed out that we don't know much about, because it's like only in Japan. I didn't know this.
Only in Japan. Wait, that's copyright.
Only in Japan. Oh wait, what?
That's copyright. Well, actually,
shit.
no. I'll just ask Mr. Daub if I can use that line. Anyway. Anyway,
Mr. Daub, I told you to never call back again, TSS.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. There's a train game in Japan's Direct, and it had art from Himukai Yuji, the artist for Etrian Odyssey. Really? That I actually did not know.
What's the title?
For the Buddy Mission
game?
The train game? I don't exactly know what that one is. Donnie, if you could get the name for that one, that would be great. But let's see. Anything else here? We also got, of course, it ending off with
is it like the Momotaro shit?
Let me see. Hold on. I want to take a look at it for you, buddy. Let's take a look.
Momotaro Tentetsu, which is it's a play on Momotaro Densetsu, which is the peach boy, but it's like a train board game.
Oh.
And yeah, And they've had like that since like the fucking Famicom era.
Now that I did not know.
Momotaro Tensetsu, I think that's.
Let me see. Let's see if we can find any information on this. Donnie, once again, if you could manage to get your hands on the name for that, that would really help a lot. So we'll get back to that in just a minute. Other games that were also talked about. The Legend of Zelda, the second sequel of Hyrule Warriors. You know, the Calamity again was confirmed to be releasing. It's already been confirmed a while back, but it's still being reconfirmed to come out later this month. And it was also stated that a demo had came out at the same day as the direct as well. And many fans have already gone out and played the demo and are genuinely surprised at the direction that they're going for with this particular game, because guess what's involved with that game? You might like it, you might not. Hint, hint, it involves time travel.
Time travel.
Now, of course, time travel can be used properly, or it could be going under the same situation that Sonic 06 had gone through and be an absolute shit fest of a show, man.
You're not really supposed to put time travel in fiction.
And it's interesting because it's like, why is Zelda with time travel? Because there's a lot of things that play out in the...
I mean, Zelda's done time travel before, but it's always been like... It's been done in a way where you don't have to take it seriously. It was literally Link pulled his sword and you'll advance 7 years in the future.
Okay, alright, so... Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, so he has a title. No, it's not Momotaro Tensetsu.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And even the timeline that the official timeline they made for Legend of Zelda is all fucked up.
Yeah, A desha de iko hajimaru see, what the hell is this? Hajimaru kanko keikaku. Yeah, plan, yeah, according to keikaku, right?
Wait, that's the name?
Yeah. It's sightseeing it translated it means let's go by the A train beginning the sightseeing tour or sightseeing program adventure sightseeing program.
Legend of Zelda Ages. I want to say Ages. Yeah, for the Game Boy used time travel.
Story of Ages or Story of Seasons, whatever it is.
Oracle of Ages.
Oracle of Ages. I apologize.
Yeah, Oracle of Ages. Basically, Legend of Zelda Blue and Legend of Zelda Red.
Yeah, they try to follow the whole Pokemon motif, and clearly it worked.
But time travel's not really meant to be taken seriously in Legend of Zelda at all. All it is like, oh, this plant that used to serve us fruit dried up 7 years ago, and then you got to go back in time and
you got to make that one little change that'll unfortunately alter the future.
And then the entire race is like, we're full of fucking fruit now. Thanks, Link.
A lot of people are now speculating with this whole time travel thing is that they're assuming that the events that are going to be happening in the Calamity Again storyline here is that it is now going to probably split itself into a separate timeline where we're actually going to see a good ending for the story, rather than seeing those 4 champions die after the events of,
I actually like the tragedy that came behind that, though. It actually helps make the uplifting better, but sure.
By the way, that train game is kind of like SimCity.
Yeah, I was looking at some screenshots at it, and it looks
SimCity, bitch. SimCity, bitch. SimCity, bitch. SimCity, bitch.
You know, one of these days I want to try out Sims 4 and just make all of us into Sims game, man.
Made 2, 4, 5, and 50 people, bitch. SimCity, bitch.
Now, okay, getting back into it though, I also want to mention that a lot of people are saying that folks are theorizing at the events that, yes, things are changing, but unfortunately the reality is still going to hit that no matter how much alterations occur in the sequel for Hyrule Warriors, the bad ending will still unfortunately occur.
Well, yeah, it has to. It's part of the timeline.
Yeah. Listen, if this
is the risk you take when you make a prequel.
If this game's final mission is like objective survive, that is going to blow my mind away for Nintendo to somehow do that sort of thing with the storyline where you have to witness the four champions getting killed as you're trying to survive yourself, as the hero. Like, if they pull that kind of stunt off, I'm going to be genuinely impressed.
So, like, the game will end. The game will end technically as a tragedy, but like the uplifting part is that Breath of the Wild happens.
Yeah, actually, Snipes, you brought up a valid point because I was actually going to bring that up. Yes, it genuinely reminds me of Halo Reach. If fans have ever played Halo Reach, the ending to that game is absolutely tragic because it is similarly structured that way. You're basically in Halo Reach. You have to let a ship fly away, but you decide to let yourself be on land to fight off against the enemies while the ship has time to go and escape. And you, basically, the character that you created just dies there. Trying to shoot and kill every single enemy right there. Fighting a losing. Like, bro, that ending messed me up because I wanted a happy ending. But, bro, that ending just tragically messed me up. It was a very, very good storytelling game for Halo. I really enjoyed that ending.
Not every game has to have a happy ending.
Like, I know, of course not, but it's like when you.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I felt like I died because I created that character, and I was the one that died. You know what I mean? That wasn't like just any other character. No, that was my character that I created, and he died on me. So that's what made it hurt more, is because you grew attached to what you create. You grew attached to the characters that were there. You grew attached to the storytelling. And to see all of that pretty much go away because you unfortunately died. And the way they animated the scene as well was also tragic because, like, your mask fell off your head and you only see, like, a very blurry background as your Spartan is trying to shoot off all the enemies before they just gangbang on you and kill you at the moment. It's beautiful storytelling, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that a lot. If they do something like that for the Legend of Zelda sequel here, with Age of Calamity, I'm going to love it so much. I'm just going to say that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and they also had they had some cutscenes in there that actually made me think. Like, I know when we were streaming Breath of the Wild, Link has a relationship with the Princess Zora. So we'll probably get more in depth with that.
Oh, yes, and I think that's my other favorite thing about this sequel. We're actually going to learn about the origins, how they meet up, and implications as well, I guess, regarding the whole romance stuff. I am looking forward to all of that because I feel like we only got snips and pieces of it in the main core game, but to learn more about it later is going to be great.
Link, if I were reincarnated as a worm, would you still love me? Shut up.
I'll feed your ass to Cass. Hey, Cass, play me a ditty real quick.
Oh, God. But yeah, so that's gonna be good. They showed off a lot of great stuff in the direct, and I didn't even. Nintendo's directs always come out of pure nowhere. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, they're doing a thing.
No, they don't even announce it. They just straight up say, oh, by the way, there's a Nintendo Direct. Hey, enjoy.
Yeah. PlayStation and Xbox will be like, we're having a direct next month. It's coming. And then you'll be sitting and you'll be bored as fuck for like an hour. Because some guy comes out and is like, my name is Leandro Delvinov, and we've reinvented the world of gaming. And I'm like, you've said that 5 fucking times. The world of gaming is the exact same as it was 50 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Show me something. And they're like, this is the new way to play PlayStation. And the guy puts his hand up and it's like 4 buttons. No one ever thought it was possible, but Sony did it. But Nintendo's like, hey, look at some games. And I'm like, hey,
we got games.
We got games.
Nintendo Switch has games. If anyone remembers that commercial.
All kind of games. All kinds. Oh my god!
No,
but yeah, I like when Nintendo does it direct. But yeah, I think that was all we had.
Yeah, that was. But to be fair, though, I think Nintendo didn't even need to do any of this. They just came out like it was like a pre-treat before Halloween. You know what I mean? They just came out and gave us all the treats right then and there with these games. If you've been looking forward to No More Heroes or Bravely Default or even The Legend of Zelda with the Age of Calamity, you will love this direct. It really nails on some of the bigger ones that fans have been looking forward to, and it also gives a little extra. towards what is to come for future games in like other third parties. I'm just saying I'm looking forward to Atelier Ryza as well. That's also another game that's very exciting for me. It's coming out I think in January, so that's going to be my January game for me. Before I get into
I want to make a note that they put out a survey for Bravely Default too, and the survey came back, and literally they just added a difficulty mode.
it's the little things that count, right?
We talked to 20,000 people, and they all said, "Make the game fucking harder."
And so we added a difficulty. Fucking insane.
Or maybe make a game easier.
I kind of wish Pokemon did that.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of did. Black and White too.
Well, Black and White's the only game that did it, unfortunately. And you got to beat the game in order to unlock it, which is stupid. That means you got to beat the game in order to get the harder or easier mode of it.
Well, that's New Game Plus.
Right, but I'm like, who's beating the game and going, I wish this was easier?
Man, thinking about this, I do wish Pokemon had given itself more chances to allow difficulties to exist.
Yeah, I to this day I still feel we need a difficulty mode, but hey, future games.
Correct.
If you want a harder game, play a fucking ROM hack.
Well, we make up harder versions. Like I know Nuzlocke is an infamous hard.
Yeah, but see, we create.
Also,
Yeah,
there's actually one thing I want to actually mention since we're on the subject of mods and stuff. I actually found out that in one of the I guess the Good Game Boy collection ROM thing that you can get on like archive.org, somebody actually made Pokemon Red but with Gen 2's assets.
Oh,
wait, what?
Like, yes. So what ends up happening is it's Pokemon Red, but it has the Gen 2 sprites and the Gen 2 music.
Nice!
Hold on. Tyrone, we're playing that shit tomorrow if we can get this shit.
Like fucking Pokemon Gold and Red and Silver Blue.
Well,
Can we call it Pokemon Gold and Red and Silver Blue?
I don't know because it just says Pokemon Red in the title. But
if you can find that for me, TSS, let me know.
I have it.
Yo, we gotta shit. You gotta do that shit tomorrow, man. Hold on a second. No.
I can't wait to fight Team Rocket.
Listen, man.
And plus, if you play it on like the MGBA, it will be full color.
Bro, oh my fucking! First of all, thank you for bringing that up because me and Tyrone were asking like, what the hell are we supposed to be playing tomorrow? If we can do that.
Oh yeah, we'll stream. Yeah, we'll stream Pokemon Omnitrix called the Scarlet and Cyan.
Yeah. The overworld is still Gen 1, but the in-game battle and music are from Gen 2.
Yeah.
No. Also, I'm gonna do a bonus. I'm gonna do a Nuzlocke run of it.
Nah, I'm gonna just go clean. Well, actually, no. Let's do a dual race then, Tyrone.
All right, yeah, we'll do a race. Okay, that's fine.
Of course, we're not obviously going to be able to complete it all in one session, but we'll split into multiple sessions.
It might be our consistent Tuesday thing, though. That'll be fun.
That would be fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to see if I can do something with that, but I just need TSS to just hand that to us at the end.
I mean that will take like 5 seconds.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Well, we'll do this after the end of the stream just to test things out.
Give me the game.
I need the game now.
What are you doing?
Also, speaking about hacking stuff, TSS, that's actually something very great because I wanted to talk about the event that happened last week. If you guys are big fans of Sonic, know that there was something known as the Sonic hacking contest that went down last week.
It's a Sonic. Yeah, I know what it is.
Tyrone, I also have 2 other suggestions I would love for you to try out.
Let's go.
I have 2 games that I would like for you to test out. Which one would you like to do first? Let's say I got a Sonic Mania one and a Sonic Adventure 2 recommendation. Which one would you like?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay. Twitch chat versus Sonic Adventure 2.
What the fuck is that?
Twitch chat will be able to use commands and fuck with you in the game. Okay. So they can push your ass back, they can give you rings, they can kill you on the spot, they can make you grow big, they can make you shrink, they can do anything that adjusts your in-game shit.
No, that's
There's also Sonic Mania versus Twitch chat.
So wait, are you playing the game normally?
You are
and they
playing the
just take
game
over
normally,
control?
but the moment that the Twitch chat decides to actually put like some command on the chat, that shit will transition and carry over into your main game and will mess you up or benefit you in the long run.
All right, let's go then. Let's go.
I'll give you more deets on that as well for whenever we want to do that. I want to do another one of those too, Tyrone. I would love to do another Sonic Adventure 2 run.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Because I did a Twitch run on Sonic Adventure 2 randomizer, and we fucking died so many times. And not die in terms of like the game, no, die in terms of laughter. That shit was hilarious sometimes, especially because of like the censor bleeps that we normally get in that game. So yeah, there's those mods there. There's also some other interesting mods that they have as well. If you haven't had a chance to look at the Sonic hacking contest, very popular YouTube I tend to follow, and many folks might know them. Some Call Me Johnny actually is uploading some of the entries that he's done from his Twitch chat over onto YouTube. So if you haven't had a chance to see some of them, you can definitely take a look at it now if you'd like. So yeah, that exists, but. Please, Tyro, we gotta do that Pokemon one first, though, bro. That if we do that Pokemon one, that got me excited. It's funny how that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Exactly. So look forward to that chat. We'll keep you guys up to date when we're gonna do that. So let's see. Anything else I'm forgetting off the top of my head? No. Sonic Hacking Contest, Pokemon Shenanigans, and anything else in between with video games. I think, managed to cover a lot, and I'm very happy and excited to see what is to come for the future of the franchise. So yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yep. I think we've done all the major stuff before, obviously, the review.
You know what? Honestly, I just want to say this right now. This is one of the longer hours, I think.
I think it's just because we covered everything fast and we have less people.
I don't know why. It just genuinely feels like it went like super slow the time, and yet I felt like I covered almost everything I wanted to cover. Although
it's that YouTube time.
It's rewind time. Is this part of the YouTube curse? Does time slow down when we stream here?
Yeah. It's that YouTube time.
Let me see here. Anything else I'm forgetting? We already talked about Masters. We already talked about the Nintendo shenanigans, all that. Thank you, by the way, for that TSS. I also want to take a second to also talk about the upcoming Pokemon Tcg thing, because I know we haven't had a chance to play a lot of it. But there is a new one coming out. Pokemon Tcg Sword and Shield Vivid Voltage build.
And, that's the new set. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And actually features the main Pokemon that's going to be in the upcoming film Coco, which is set to release sometime in December. I believe on Christmas, was it? Or was that Soul? I think I'm mixing that up. But anyway, the main Pokemon that you see on the cover of Vivid Voltage is based on the Pokemon that's going to be in Coco. So that's looking interesting.
Zarude Sandstorm.
Yeah, Zarude. And it's PS5. Wait, is the PS5 really coming out next week? Are the next gen consoles really coming out next week?
I didn't even think about it. Are they?
Yeah, we're in November. I forgot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Wow. And November's going to be a big month, by the way. Like, we got a lot of stuff happening in November.
Bro, we got the PS5, we got the Xbox Series X, we got the Mario Brothers Game & Watch thing. So, there's all that. I mean, like,
Pokemon will be coming out again, Sword and Shield, but this time they'll be complete.
Yeah, the complete edition or whatever it's called, the Pass Edition, Expansion Pass Edition. Let's see, if you want more discussed video game content, how about the inclusion of Go and Pokemon Go's photo feature? Now, regarding that, as someone who doesn't really play much of Pokemon Go, I can't really say much in regards to that.
I think it's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I like when they do anime.
I'll be right back in just a second. I'm going to get me more water.
Yeah, I like when they do anime-related stuff on there. That's a nice touch. The other day, you can wear his backpack and stuff. I thought his backpack was already an option on there. I also thought his outfit was. Like, I thought it, because, Go is literally a character based off of the Pokemon Go game. So, I thought his outfit was kind of already available. But, hey, I'm guessing not. So, I'm glad they finally acknowledged it. So, that's pretty cool. And then I know, let's see, I can cheat and go on Sergi and look up some other news. Oh, I also know the other thing, competitive battlers. today, well, technically yesterday, was the start. Series 7, Pokemon Series 7 is now out. That means the new rules for Pokemon. If you're battling competitively, they have banned 16 Pokemon from the previous seasons. All of the Pokemon that are banned are essentially box legendaries, Calyrex, and box legendaries, Calyrex, and the mythicals. So no mythicals, no Calyrex, no box legendaries. So that means no Groudon, Kyogre, no Yveltal, Rayquaza, Xerneas, all the ones that you see on the box art of Pokemon, they're out. However, you can use some legendaries like the Three Musketeers. So you can use Cobalion, Virizion, and Terrakion. You can use the legendary birds, obviously. You can use basically any trio, but not the leaders of the trios because they're banned. But you can also use like Mesprit, Uxie, Azelf. You can use all the Ultra Beast. So that is the rules for competitive set 7. All the Pokemon that were banned in Series 6 come back. So all those Pokemon that were in the old list of Series 6, Lugia is a box legendary. He is banned. Goggle Master. I don't know if you're messing with me or you're legit putting that in. But yeah, so Lugia and Ho-Oh are out. They're banned.
Damn. All right, back.
Meltan's banned. Melmetal's banned. Let's see. Yay, Rillaboom is free. Yeah, Rillaboom was only locked down for like a month. Like, what the fuck? But hey, all the Pokemon are back on. So that means the Kami Trio's back too. That means Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus. Nobody cares about Thundurus and Tornadus, but Landorus will be coming back, which is a big fucking problem. But hey, we've got new Pokemon to kind of deal with them now. So he probably won't be as bad. Plus, Crown Tundra introduced a lot of ice types. So I think we'll be okay. Urshifu, I actually got to look him up. I need to see is he actually going to be on there. But Series 7 is out. The new rule set is out, which means I'm sure the Battle Tower will change. So if you're planning on upping your rank in the Battle Tower, note that your rank probably got reset. But yeah, with that being said, I'm actually going to try to build the team for this series too.
I might actually have an updated version of that. By the way, I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be trying to patch a couple of ROMs here while we're talking.
Yeah. And also, keeping us real fast note: the Wild Area's 2 introduced Pokemon available for rating is going to be Gigantamax Butterfree and Gigantamax Garbodor. So if you're looking for those 2, you can find them in the in some of the max dens. But with that being said, my tip, I guess, is try to find at least like 2 legendaries that aren't box art legendaries, obviously, to put on your team, because Series 7 is obviously going to be harder than Series 6, and you're gonna need to use some legendaries if you ever have a hope of like staying alive in this series, because everybody's going to be using fucking Landorus.
Mother trucking Landorus.
Mother trucking Landorus. And I know the banned mons are back, so that means Togekiss is back. Freaking Rillaboom's back. You got dangerous threats. I know Amoonguss. I don't think Amoonguss was gone for that long.
Amoonguss was a threat?
Yeah, he's a threat. Amoonguss is a bulky wall who knows the move Rage Powder. Rage Powder forces every Pokemon on the field, with the exception of the ally, obviously, to attack him. So that means you can divert. The strategy is that you would increase Amoonguss's defense really high and then have him learn Rage Powder. So the opponent is attacking Amoonguss, which means your opponent has the ability to do whatever they want because everybody's too busy attacking Amoonguss. So that was the strat usually behind him. Also, Amoonguss has the effect Spore. So if you physically hit him with the move, then you'll be either poisoned, asleep, paralyzed, depending on what happens. So yeah, Amoonguss' Spore along with Rage Powder, those 2 in conjunction, caused a big problem in the metagame. That's why everybody was using Amoonguss, because he could fuck up your stats, and he could also divert attacks away from your main mon. So let's say you have like a Pokemon that you're planning on being a glass cannon, dishing out a lot of damage, then you can use Amoonguss as your tank.
That is interesting.
It is interesting. So yeah, but with Series 7 out, that means we're going to get a lot of different combinations. My tip has also been to watch like some of the older things on Pokemon's YouTube account. They actually have the older battles. Like I know they have the Pokemon regionals in Collinsville, which is right by where I live. It's like less than, I want to say it's about 30 minutes away from where I live currently. So I actually went to Collinsville and saw like a lot of fun trainers. I saw like Wolf Glick. I don't really like him in terms of trainer wise, but he is.
I hate the asshole. What?
Well, no, I like his battle style. He's got a good battle style. The dude's a freaking genius. But anyway, outside of him, I know Moxie Boost. I've actually talked with Moxie Boost. He's a good dude. He's actually really good as well too. So you can actually watch those old videos of them in the tournament, and you can see like some old strategies. I know some obvious ones are like Togekiss with weakness policy. Gyarados is a fucking threat. Gyarados and his Intimidate ability teamed up with Raichu is really good because Raichu has Lightning Rod, so Gyarados' weakness is taken care of. Stuff like that. Just fun combinations. But I'm actually interested to see what new combinations of Pokemon people are going to be using now that Series 7 is out. And legendaries are reintroduced into the mix, minus the big ones like Kyogre or Groudon in them.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Well, yeah, they're gonna save that for Series 8 probably.
Yeah, they don't want to go balls to the wall just with this one. They want to save.
Yeah, they're doing what they did when Sun and Moon was out, where they had the Sun set, the Moon set, and the Ultra set.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So 2 things I want to bring up real quick before we get into tonight's review as well. And I'm also looking forward to hearing more stories about that Battle Tower thing, Tyrone, from you and later down the road. I assume you're going to really be pushing yourself into working on that, are you?
I want to try to battle more in rank matches, but I want to build my team first. But I do want to do rank matches more just to see how my new team is going to fare here because, like I said, there's like, I said this, I think, while you were still gone. But since legendaries are back into the picture now, and Ultra Beast, it's going to be really interesting to see. I know a lot of people are going to use the Tapus. Big problem with the Tapus, though. Tapu Koko cannot learn Rising Voltage. Tapu Bulu cannot learn Grassy Glide. And Tapu Fini, what's it, Tapu Fini? No, Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele cannot learn that
Anything.
one move, the fairy move. No. She can't learn that psychic move that they introduced. And Tapu Fini can't learn Misty Explosion. So for some reason, they didn't give them the Island of Armor moves yet. Expanding Force. Yeah, that was the move. So the Tapus don't get the Island of Armor moves, which sucks. I guess they did that to keep the Tapus kind of out of this one.
Well, they're not supposed to be from this area.
Well, yeah, and they would be kind of OP too because if you use Tapu Koko, the minute Tapu Koko comes out, Electric Terrain comes up, and Rising Voltage does more damage when the Electric Terrain is out. So they were like, that's an obvious combo that people would just bust out. So to stop them from being overpowered, I think they just went ahead and just made it so they can't learn the moves.
Interesting.
Yeah, it sucks, but they also did that probably to just keep the Tapus out because the Tapus were big players in Sun and Moon set.
Yeah. Speaking about Sun and Moon, this is actually something I wanted to bring up real quick. Happy anniversary to Sun and Moon's finale. A while ago, we actually celebrated the series finale of the X, Y, and Z story with its 4th anniversary. Would you believe to see that we are now celebrating the anniversary of the Sun and Moon series conclusion as well? And yeah, just to think, it's been a year since the ending of Sun and Moon, man. I still cry over that ending. As I've talked about before, I've been overly attached to Sun and Moon. Like, Sun and Moon really is the show that I feel was just hitting all the right notes for me. Of course, obviously everyone has their entitlement to disagree however they wish to, but to me personally, I absolutely love the show from beginning to end, and the way they went and concluded the series with the farewell, I think is still, to me, in my opinion, probably the strongest farewell they've had. But that's only just in my perspective, of course. But anything else I'm forgetting?
My phone just told me.
Go on.
My phone just told me PokePod World is live.
An hour later? Well, I guess they're saying, they're about to get ready to go and do their anime talk now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been 1 year. And you know what I gotta say? I want to go back, man. I miss the happy times.
I don't.
I miss Meltachew. You don't tell me you don't miss Meltachew.
I mean, I had to watch it in an Osaka fucking capsule hotel.
I know, buddy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'd rather go back to X and Y. That depends, buddy. We're not going to get into that, though. We're not going to get into that. But everyone has their entitlement. You can go wherever you want to go back to. To me, personally, I want to go back to Sun and Moon at some point. Which we did, actually, not too long ago. A couple of weeks ago with the Alola episode. So there was that. But looking forward to seeing just how people are going to be, taking into consideration about the finale of Sun and Moon and how it's been a year since we've last left them and all that. But yeah, so also about the anime as well. The anime OST is literally coming out in just a couple of hours. Well, not a couple of hours, in like 24 to 48 hours, depending on who gets their hands on the CD first. So if you guys enjoyed Pokemon Journey's OST, support the official release. You can go to CD Japan. You can go to probably the streaming services like Spotify, maybe Apple Music. You never know, because Yuki Hayashi's music is available on those platforms as well. And if Pokemon is very nice, they might also have them available there too. So we'll see.
Right.
How much? That depends. I have no idea where you live, and I don't know how much it'll ship for you.
I don't know where you live.
For me, it costed me, what, $50 just to send that thing over here for me? So yeah. But that's because I had to pay for that super shipping. Make sure that shit comes on the day. If it even does. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a decade since we last received an OST from the anime series. And let's support it in any way, shape, form we can, guys. So that's all I got to say to that. Anything else you guys want to bring up before I set things up for our review for the week?
No.
No, I will. I'm gonna be out for a second. Just you guys do the episode review. I'll come back and obviously I'll say my thing.
Alrighty, buddy. So, with that being said, then, what do you say, TSS? Why don't we go and get ourselves involved into the review of the week?
Okay.
Let's get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Chapter 2 of the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield arc within Pokemon Journeys. That's a lot of Pokemon in the one sentence. But the arc finally continues and we begin to discover more about the history of the Darkest Day and even see some encounters that you would not expect to see in this format. So, with that being said, let's get ourselves right into it. How do we think of the episode overall, and what exactly is there to look forward to for the way they concluded things off? Now, TSS, I just want to hear from you first, buddy. What did you think about this week's episode overall?
Well, as far as like explaining the plot of Sword and Shield, they did it better than the games. In terms of a dialogue focused episode, they nailed it. They were able to progress perfectly between each of the segments and between each of the different aspects of the storytelling of the game, from Sharon and Rose meeting up with Satoshi and having the whole dinner thing, the interaction between Sonia and Go, and then of course Magnolia as well. And then of course having Go break the wall, the rock wall, as a plot point. That was great because it's just not one random, just not like Bede fucking destroying it because Bede is not in this anime yet.
Yeah,
I'd say that right there was a great. It was a fantastic way to push the plot. I'd say that as far as story-driven plot episodes, this is one of the best in the meta series. I don't think I could think of anything better to say besides that. And of course, having Go get the Dynamax band, that was amazing. The way that he got it too, it's like
it works just like the games, man.
Mm-hmm. And then of course playing the best track of the whole fucking soundtrack, freaking Galar Gym theme, while that happens, and then having Reboot go into the Dynamax battle just as it ends. That's a great cliffhanger. That's what you wish that you want to have like instant gratification
Man,
because it was well
it
paced.
was too well paced. I'm gonna say this right now, TSS. I hated this episode because I was so into the episode. When that to be continued show up, I was like, was it already 22 minutes? Excuse me, what happened? I was so lost. I was like, no, don't end it there. You were getting so good. You had so much shit introduced. The dialogue was absolutely phenomenal. I loved everything about this episode. I think this was a good second episode for this arc. It did everything that the first episode was setting up. It brought more answers alongside with more questions and even more mysteriousness for a lot of the characters that were introduced in this week's episode as well. And like I said, I I haven't had a Pokemon episode like this in a while where I was so heavily invested into the show, I didn't realize how fast the episode was going. So when that to be continued struck me, I was completely just thrown back by it because I was so invested with everything that was happening. You wouldn't think Pokemon would end the episode the way it did. It doesn't feel like Pokemon how they ended that episode. Where it grew big and then suddenly bam, to be continued. I'm like, what? So that to me
Pretty
threw
much.
me off. It really did. But I guess let's start breaking each scene down bit by bit and start talking about some of the things that really intrigued me the most about this week's episode. If you guys, of course, in the chat would love to share your thoughts on it too, please share away. Of course, you can also, rate the episode from a 1 to 10, how you guys think of it overall. And once again, if you enjoyed the review we're about to get into, of course, make sure to leave a like there as well. We actually started getting close to 100 subscribers, so let's get that goal met. Now, let's get into the review, shall we? So, first of all, we start diving into the backstory for Leon and Sonia, which I thought was a really cool thing that I did not expect to see in this at all. I thought maybe in like a later saga, in the future. That was
Right.
interesting. I was not expecting to see a little bit of Sonia and Leon's story. Another thing I want to say, Leon as a champion has really been growing on me. Like, he really is a well-defined champion in the show. Because a lot of champions that we encounter in past generations tend to kind of be like those characters that appear but don't get involved. They're just sort of there. But in this
Right.
series here with Journeys, Leon himself is pushing himself to get involved into the fights. He's not wanting to be the one in the background to do some small plot. No, he wants to be just as involved as everybody else is and gets in the fight. So I'm very happy Leon's in charge. He's fighting against the Pokemon. He's trying to calm the people down. And he also is competent too. The moment that he began to act suspicious towards Chairman Rose, that to me really defined my appreciation for Leon's character. He had the
I agree.
nerve to actually grow suspicion of the person who helped grow Leon to be what he is. Like, he was like, that to me was one of the best things about that episode, and it carried even further when Leon went over to the gym where Raihan resides in, and then he starts saying like, there has to be something going on here. I don't believe that it's just simply, just a pure thing out of nowhere. No, there has to be something happening behind the scenes. And you see Leon going towards the gym, and that's how his story segment gets kind of cut off for the time being. That I liked from Leon. I don't know what you think about that though, TSS.
No, I totally agree with that. I don't I think the way, like I said, the way that they structured this, the way that they structured all of the character buildup and all the character development in this particular episode, they did it better than the fucking games. And it's kind of, it's kind of interesting because we kind of got burned, with XY and XY and Z, considering that, freaking Zygarde got the fucking short end of the stick and we never got him in the game until later. It's nice to actually see the anime do something better than the games for once, in my opinion.
Absolutely agree. Yeah, somebody in the chat also brought this up too. Even Pikachu felt a bit uneasy towards Chairman Rose when he showed
Yeah,
up.
absolutely.
Which, has Pikachu ever done that?
No,
No, right? Like I'm genuinely
nope.
trying to remember. Has Pikachu like legitimately ever grew suspicious towards anybody? That's like one of those
I don't think so.
rare appearances where even Pikachu himself is acting a
Like,
little
what
concerned.
the fuck? You know, it's yeah.
It's those small little details that really makes me enjoy the show because it's like it's not a necessary thing, but because you put it there and if people catch it, that
Mm,
just adds more to the appeal of what this episode was trying to portray.
absolutely.
And I think another thing I also want to add as well, I loved that Go and Ash are split from each other. Because the way
Mm,
it's being written here, we're able to tell two stories at the same time,
and time.
and I think the way they handled it so far has been phenomenal. With Sonia and Go's story happening alongside Ash and Leon's, and given that those two characters sort of have a connection with each other, being
Mm,
of Sonia and Leon, as given by the
yeah.
flashback and all that, it really makes everything feel all interconnected. And I think what even added more enjoyment of that was when Magnolia began to have her moment of dialogue in the show as well, and even
Mm,
grow suspicion towards Leon too, which I didn't think we'd see that in this episode. I didn't think she would
mm.
actually say, "Listen, I'm concerned about Chairman Rose." I know she did that in the games, but I just didn't expect to see that so suddenly
Soon,
in
yeah.
the
Suddenly,
show
yeah.
itself. So that I appreciate a lot. I think the way they handled Magnolia's character in this episode was
Mm,
great, and I honestly the only thing I'm just gonna be a little little nitpick of mine. Um, I just wished she had been introduced a little earlier. Although I will
mm,
say that the charm of her introduction in this episode would have sadly been dwindled had she been introduced a little earlier into the series. So her being saved for this arc, I think, benefited in the long run. And
mm,
I just like that Magnolia kind of set the story up for Go and for Sonia as they're heading towards the statue that resides in the city there. So I like that aspect from Magnolia's character. I like how Sonia was also involved with that too as well. And, trying to grow into becoming a Pokemon professor herself. Which, by the way, I want to touch upon that. What did you think about that scene when Sonia was telling Go, "Hey, you make a good Pokemon professor"? Like that was some
mm,
intriguing foreshadow
wow.
right there.
Yeah, of course.
I don't view Go as that. But the moment that she brought that up, I'm
But
like,
but it makes
it makes
sense
sense,
because
yeah.
he's book smart.
Exactly. He knows he dissects information. Hell, he even was the one that was helping Sonia out with her studies here. It was thanks to Go that Sonia was able to pass that little test that she had from Magnolia,
Hmm.
from her own grandmother.
Yep.
And I love that a lot because it's like you don't expect to see that sort of thing from Go. But though the
Mm,
moment that they say that, hey, you would make a great Pokemon professor, dude, that intrigued me for the future right there.
mm,
And
mm.
I think that if they can continue to flesh more upon that, I think that would be great. We never really had a
Absolutely.
well, actually thinking about it, have we ever had a professor within one of the main companions? Because it's like we have a breeder, a
Mm,
gym leader, a a coordinator, another coordinator, a dragon tamer, a connoisseur, a Pokemon performer, a gym leader again, a little girl with the destructive 100 level Zygarde, Mallow
yeah.
being a restaurant owner, Sophocles astronaut, Lana trying to travel the seas, Kiawe with becoming a trial captain, and then Lily with
Right.
trying to kind of grow more connected with Pokemon. I don't think we've ever had a main companion who wanted to be a Pokemon professor. As the chat mentions, Gary was the closest to that, but he's not a main character. He's a rival, a main rival to be exact. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, in terms of like the main companion side of things, this is gonna be an interesting take on Go. I never thought about that. Like I never thought that maybe one of Ash's companions could legitimately be a Pokemon professor. So I did enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah. Of course.
So the tease there is absolutely great. Now,
Mm,
another thing I also want to talk about that I enjoyed from this episode, music. You can't go wrong with music, man. And
no.
Hayashi's though it's not just simply Hayashi's music, it's the way they've implemented the music in the episode.
Masafumi Mima again.
Killing it with these episodes. And I guess also to carry on to that discussion, the references as well. They actually referenced the Lugia raid battle from episode 2, which I did not expect to see that happen because we talked about this before in our
That's
first episode review for the Sword and Shield arc, was that this arc feels more like a film brought to the TV series. So you wouldn't think
Yeah.
that they would reference something that is outside of the Sword and Shield arc. But the moment that Go decides to bring that up and also kind of try to find a connection towards the events that are happening here in Galar, as well as mentioning Eternatus's debut when he saw it outside the window in the plane ride to Galar for the first time, like that, all of that, it finally had a purpose. Everything that we've had from the start of Journeys finally feels like it has a sense of purpose towards the lead up into this arc that we're in right now. And I'm very happy because it took its time, but it was time well spent to get to this point. You know,
Right.
It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel like forced. It gradually got to this point. So I'm very happy with that. With the Lugia reference and the music, of course, direction that they had. Now, there are two characters that I've yet to talk about here, and I guess we should get into them.
Yep.
Let's talk about Chairman Rose and Oleana. I think that's it.
Oh, Leona. Oh, yeah. That's
That fire scene with her hair.
I was immediately. The first thing I thought was the Glad's Head song, "Drug Addicted Psycho" Scott Brown remix that was made like 15 years ago. Cocaine, speed, LSD, ecstasy, cocaine, speed, LSD. Yeah.
Oleana,
Search for
aka
that.
Olive. Now, let's get into it then. So, Chairman Rose. Okay, this is where things get interesting. We talked about it a little bit ago. I love how ominous he got himself introduced to Ash and the gang. You know, because Pikachu was concerned, Leon got concerned during the conversation. Oleana was there as well. Actually, before we get into that though, another thing I want to bring up. What do you think about that? Because this happens like literally before Rose shows into the scene. There was a segment when they finally defeated the Pokemon, the Gigantamax Pokemon, and it shrunk back to its original size. I found it odd that the people working there literally just threw rocks at that thing. That caught me off guard.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid stuff.
I think the reason why it caught me off guard is only because of the fact that you don't see that sort of thing from this kind of show. You know what I mean? Like why would like also this Pokemon was sort of connected with the other characters there before it grew big. You saw it just walking in the background, just chilling with the other people. So why would these people decide to suddenly throw their rocks at this Pokemon who wasn't doing anything in the first place? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up because I know a lot of people were also bringing it up on social media regarding how kind of off that felt, you know. At the same time, though, you know, it was nice to see Ash step in instead of Leon. I did like that little detail there, that they allowed Ash to be the one to stop the people from throwing the rocks, even getting hit by a couple of rocks himself to kind of prevent from the Pokemon getting hit.
Yeah.
So, once again, little small things I enjoy a lot. Now, let's get to Chairman Rose. Okay, so his dialogue is some of the best in this for a villain. In fact, is he really a villain, though? I guess we should get into that first.
I don't think so. I think he's just misguided. I think that's how he was portrayed in the games, and they're kind of doing the same kind of mystique here.
Yeah, because like his actions aren't necessarily for like him taking over the world or anything.
I mean, it's not like he's not like doing the freaking the hand rubbing and shit or plotting something really evil. He just has this kind of like, oh yeah, face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, as well, he at the same time, even though he acts this way, I still view him as a bad guy, and I think Craig brought it best. He's willing to get some people killed for the sake of the future of Galar as well, or rather, as they say in the show, lose people. You know.
I like how Pikachu knew on sight.
Okay, yeah, I brought that up too as well. Like, I guess we should talk about this now that you're here, Tyrone. Before we get any further into the discussion, like overall, what did you think about the second act of Sword and Shield's arc?
I like it. I like that. Yeah, they did exactly what we thought they would with the first one. The first one was mostly battle heavy with Ash and Leon. The second half is Sonya and Go heavy. With the research stuff, we got a lot of backstory in Magnolia and Sonya, and I like their situations too, where Go is like just sort of. First of all, go get the Dynamax man from Sonya. That's pretty cool. And I like the fact that he's staying the night over there while Ash is in the fancy hotel.
Oh yeah, and he's like in this little suburban area, just like in this small ass house.
Ash is like, I'm in the hotel. More cigarettes and bitches. No thank you.
All right, I gotta go. Bye.
No, thank you. What about you, Go? I'm on Magnolia's couch. Shut that purloin up. Mittens doesn't shut up. You shut up.
Ash living that 5-star life, man.
Yeah, and Go's like living in the house, and Mittens needs food in a bowl. I gotta
go. Clearly, Magnolia needs help.
Yeah, Magnolia's like a crazy cat lady.
There's not even a cat in this house. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to feed?
But no, I do like that they're in different situations and they agree to meet up with each other, but obviously shit's gonna get different. I do love this. I love this dynamic that the story keeps. I love the A plot, B plot jumping back and forth stuff. I love it because it gives us time to focus on not only one, the time to actually develop the damn characters separately, and two, this gives us a way to look at the story from two perspectives and see how they come together. Oftentimes, I know in improv we did this a lot, where we have a group of 6 usually in improv, and 3 characters would do a plot, and 3 other characters would do a B plot, and we got to find a way to get those 2 plots to come together at some point. And then that's a narrative writing skill that helps build a actual story, a journey, no pun intended, if you will, to where you can see these 2 culminate with each other. Go and Sonya are doing research, but their research is going to lead to what's causing this crisis right here. And I love that we get more development on Magnolia and Rose. Like, she's like, there's a reason I left Rose, and it's because he's an asshole. And I also, side note, I love that Chairman Rose is drinking fucking lime flavored.
Yeah, like what is that? Like Kool-Aid or some shit?
Yeah. I also love that when Ash declined Rose's offer, Rose is like, all right, cool. Meanwhile, Alina's in the back losing her absolute shit.
Yeah, and it's actually showing on screen probably right now.
Yeah, she's losing her absolute shit. Like, how dare you? Bitch, I was asked to be a frontier brain a while ago.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Thank you for bringing that up, buddy.
Yeah.
Did you find it weird that nobody knows who the fuck Ash is? I think that's what throws me off. It's like,
I want to tell myself it's region per region, and I guess the Galar region is probably far off enough to the point where nobody's but he hasn't made a name for himself. Leah, how many celebrities do you know in other countries unless they're trending?
Yeah,
that is true as well. I just think it would be a little bit more significant only because he's technically the first. You know what I mean? It's not like he's number 47 champion of Alola. No, he's the first of that region.
Yeah, but Alola is also very small.
That too. It doesn't feel like an actual area. It just feels like a little small national tournament.
Yeah, Alola's a small.
No, because nobody let's just put this into realistic perspective. Do you know of a specific luau that they have in Hawaii? No, you don't. Exactly, that's the point.
Yeah, Alola's a small place, so I'm guessing it'll either A, take a while for the news to get around, or B, it's just not. It's news that's good if you're in Alola, but everywhere else it's just okay, that's neat.
All right, that's cool, man.
That's neat. You're not gonna report every last thing, and I think what people really want, they want Ash to have the same treatment as Diantha and all the others, where or Steven, where the rank of champion is shown off like that. You got to remember those characters are champions within their respective video games. So even if you don't know that they're champions, you learn from the anime or the video game. Either way, you know they're champions. Ash's championship, he's more of an anime character instead of a video game character. So I guess they're maybe going off that logic.
Yeah, I just find it a little odd as all.
I guess I'm one of the few viewers that doesn't really take Ash's rank of champion into account when I watch the show at all.
No, the only reason why I bring it up is just because it just feels odd that somebody like as big and grand as Chairman Rose, who's trying to promote all of this sort of thing, doesn't know much about the region of Alola, yet knows completely everything about the other regional champions like Lance.
You also have to take into account how long has Ash been champion? For about, 9 months?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, Leon's been champion for hellas. Steven's been champion for years. Diane, most of the champions we know about, they've been champions for a bit.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, Ash just got the damn title. He could lose it literally tomorrow.
Wait, how do we know what Rose knows of other regions? Well, I mean, he had to be the one to invite Lance over, didn't he? For the whole...
Yeah, with the World Championship
Exactly, because the whole World Championship takes place in Galar, so he has to at least have some sort of knowledge regarding other regional parts of the world, which is why I bring this topic up anyway, so...
Yeah, but I do like the story bouncing back and forth from one stage to the other. Ash's plot was minor this time around with the whole Colossus thing.
Yeah.
Colossal.
Yeah.
By the way, I do like Colossal's Japanese name. It's Sekitan-zan. Yeah. Sekitan means coal, and Zan is a onyomi for mountain. So coal mountain.
I love that the episode had just enough time to answer a question that I had when they made it to a specific spot. They made it to the mural, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, B destroyed that mural with Cabraja. How are they going to recreate that? Oh, they're going to have a Pokemon battle. Okay, so I see the battle's going to break the thing. Reboot crashes into the thing. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you.
No, it wasn't just regular Reboot. No, it was Dynamax Reboot.
Dynamax Reboot crashed into. I was like, okay, thank you, Pokemon. That was all I was going to wonder.
And they ended off there, too. Tyrone, I was mentioning this before when you left. This is one of those rare instances where... This episode, I was so invested in the storytelling that it threw me the hell out when I saw that To Be Continued show up at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Because, as I stated, the episode, you never see this kind of ending for Pokemon, where the episode just sort of abruptly ends. Like, normally they would have the narrator talk about something happening and stuff like that. Here, no narrator. It just goes straight to the ending.
Yeah.
And fake Giovanni as well. We finally got the answer for him.
I'm annoyed that this guy shows up instead of the person who actually owns Gigantamax Garbodor, which is Olena. But obviously Olena can't be shown as evil this early, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, no, I wish Olena could.
Technically, she could have just loaned her out.
Yeah, she loaned it. Yeah, she probably loaned it. I just
loaned the Pokemon. Yeah.
The generic jobber chairman member. Fine, whatever.
Hey, you got to get to the it's like a WWE squash match from the early 90s. You got to freaking get the squash matches before you get to the real people.
I'm still waiting for Raihan, but I'm guessing Leon may meet Raihan next episode because he's in Hammerlock.
Yes.
I assume once Go and Sonia leaves the statue, they probably head off towards the Raihan's gym, and that's probably when they get interrupted by other members.
Well, yeah, because there's this one beat in the story that I really liked that the episode had time for. I like that we move away from Go and Ash, and we cut to Leon. And it's good to see Leon by himself, actually. We got to see him actually thinking about the crisis and why it's happening, and he's trying to link Chairman Rose to it already, even though he's known Chairman Rose for years, and he's the one that introduced Rose to Ash. I like that Leon took that minute to think about it. So that was a nice.
That's why I said I liked how competent Leon is story-wise in this show, because he's normally making decisions that you wouldn't expect them to react to.
Although he hasn't gotten lost yet, that makes me kind of sad, but whatever.
It took him all the way till nighttime to finally get to that gym.
Yeah, but I'm liking there was nothing really I had an issue with this episode. It did what it needed to do. showed off most of the. We got the lore here, which was what was expected.
What was needed.
Yeah. So that's fine. I do find it funny how a meteor yeeted itself in front of Magnolia's house. And they kept the dent there the whole time.
Yeah, they specifically showed off the house outside, basically next to where that dent is at. Just to remind folks, it's still there.
Meteorites just crash around your house. Shit happens, I guess. Like
it is what it is.
I know anybody who a meteor crashed by their house, they would be freaking the fuck out. Magnolia looks at it and goes, "Yeah, that happens sometimes."
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yeah, that only comes to trainers with true wishes or something like that, or honest wishes."
I got in. Well, it's a good thing I didn't wish hard enough, or else your fucking house would have been imploded in.
And I would have died. It would have been hilarious, like at nighttime. It's like, "Good night, Ash." Well, bam, meteorite hits like smack dab in the house. God, this episode was good though.
Yeah, and they did use the gym leader thing, which I liked. So that was a nice touch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to catch you up to speed, we talked a little bit about Leon, we talked a little bit about Magnolia. We're now getting into the discussion about the introduction for Chairman Rose and Oleana, or Lena, however you want to call her. Olive, we'll call her. So they finally got introduced to Ash. I love the conversation that they had. I love the segment when Ash said no to Chairman Rose's proposition towards being, another candidate for Chairman Rose to train. I think that was something interesting because it's like, I didn't expect that sort of dialogue to happen. I didn't expect Rose to just suddenly react that quickly. Towards...
He seemed really chill about it, actually.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing about it. It's like, he's not necessarily evil. Like, man, that's one of the things I love, because like, he didn't look pissed about what happened with Ash denying the invitation. He was just genuinely happy about it. He was like, okay, if that's the way you want to take it, that's perfectly fine.
I do want to skit though. It's like, join me, Ash, and together we can rule all of Galar. And Ash is like, I'll pass, thank you. Your bills, sir. and then Ash is looking at it. It's like $300. So you want me to be sponsored in Galar, correct?
Will it cover this bill here? No, seriously, no. That scene I absolutely appreciate a lot. It just shows just exactly what Ash is trying to aim for, and I think that is something that needs to be reminded for fans of the series. Just exactly what Ash is trying to do as a trainer, especially given that he has already accomplished one of his goals in the previous generation in Sun and Moon. So just to get a bit of a refresher towards what Ash is aiming for now in this current era, I thought was a good touch. Now let's talk about the, I guess if we're talking about Chairman Rose, should we get into the preview? Is there anything else you guys in particular would like to talk about regarding this episode?
No.
I'm thinking right now. I do like that Magnolia didn't pass Sonia.
Yeah, they just gave her more tests.
Yeah, she's like you answered some questions about Galar, but I'm not passing you because you didn't answer all the questions about Galar.
Despite me giving you the questions now.
Yeah, I do, but I do love that they made her as strict as she's supposed to be. That's good.
Yeah, that's her character. It would feel weird if she doesn't stay true to her character,
Yeah, so it's good that they did that, and it's good. I think it's kind of fucked that the construction workers were throwing rocks at Colossal, knowing damn well that this outbreak's been happening for a while
also,
now.
that Colossal was just chilling with them in the background before it did get converted into the giant form that it was.
Also, I think Colossal eats rocks. I don't know. So when they threw them, in my brain, I'm just thinking in the mindset of Colossal for a second. It's like, are they mad at me? Are they feeding me? I don't understand.
It didn't have like a scared face or anything. It was just sort of puzzled. Like, what the fuck?
I don't understand humans.
Right? Yeah, as stupid as this sounds, if anyone remembers that one clam episode from SpongeBob when Patrick was just tied down in the stadium and he's being fed all these peanuts.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I think of.
I deserve this.
I don't know what I did, but I deserve this, I guess.
I love rebooting this picture, by the way.
Yeah, he's so confused as well.
Yep, that's me. You probably wonder how I got it. It all started last week.
Also, actually, this episode has a Mr. Bean reference.
Oh, sweet.
Wait, you want to clarify on that bit? Because that caught me off guard.
Yes, because when Sonia backs out of the fucking parking lot, she hits the fucking car behind her, like the fucking like Mr. Bean did with the freaking Reliant Regal super van in the fucking series.
Oh shit! I didn't know this. What?
Yep.
That is actually really awesome. I'll give him praise for that. Then any reference towards Mr. Bean is always a good plus in my book. So this episode gets a 10 now for me.
Oh shit! I forgot. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Now let's get into the preview for next week's episode. This is where things really start taking a turn, and in my opinion, for the better. This is the first time I think Ash is going to be facing 1-to-1 with a villain since Best Wishes.
I mean, even that fight was kind of...
Even though that fight in Best Wishes was very incomplete, you could say. If we're to remove Best Wishes fight, when was the last time Ash genuinely had a 1-to-1 fight with a villain? X and Y, he was with Alon and with Malva.
Yeah, well, that was Bonnie versus Lysandre.
Yeah, that was Bonnie's arc right there. We can't really put Ash in the forefront for that.
No, hold on. Well, no, it wasn't a 1-on-1 because he teamed up with Alon.
That's what I'm saying. He teamed up with them.
Well, he used the first half of his team. They died, and then Alon stepped in. And Greninja and Charizard beat Gyarados. That's what actually happened. But
is Hunter J, I guess, considered one?
No, Hunter J is not. Cyrus would be the one in that situation.
But Cyrus was also fought against with Ash, Brock, and done.
Okay, so yeah, I can't remember the details of that fight.
And then there was the Hoenn saga, but that was Pikachu going stupid, crazy, batshit insane.
Yeah, and then so Ash has never had a direct fight with the team leader except for Giovanni, just by himself.
Yeah. Guzma's no, he's not a villain. Guzma was never a villain.
Well, he's not a villain portrayed in this anime. He's not like in the anime. He's an antagonist. He's not a villain.
Exactly, that's the thing. There's a clear difference between the two.
There's a difference. Yeah, antagonist means like he was the opposing force in the league, but he wasn't a villain in the traditional sense.
I guess Hunter J is a villain because theoretically she died, and villains technically are the ones that die. So.
And did Ash have a 1-on-1 with Hunter J?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but
I don't know either.
Going back into the swoosh arc, chat says, yeah, okay, so thanks for clarifying that up. Yeah, in the first episode of Hunter J. Was that the only time? It was just a brief battle, okay. I'm only asking, if we're going to see the fight happen in this upcoming episode, please make it impactful. Please. It has to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it because in the background, if you're paying attention to the background scenery, you'll notice that they're inside like a stadium. I don't think they're actually out in the area where it would burst out of the cocoon that you see here. I think it's in a stadium because there is a monitor behind the scene that shows Eternatus collecting energy and absorbing it, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, the fight between Ash and Chairman Rose. It looks like Chairman Rose is going to be using his signature mon, where Pikachu's obviously going to be fighting, I assume. I am looking forward to that. I really don't want it to be a quick fight. I want it to genuinely be a long-lasting fight that, in my opinion, I also would love to see a lot of dialogue in that fight too. This is one of those battles that I would not simply like it to see be rushed only for the fight alone. I really want there to be dialogue between the two characters while they're duking it out with each other. I think that is important because we're trying to learn more about Chairman Rose's character. It only feels correct to kind of incorporate that into the fight itself. But that's just my take, though. Like, what do you guys think about the fight that's going to go down in next week's episode?
Depends on how they actually do this. If the fight is like 5 minutes, I'll be fine with it because they have to do a lot of plot. As long as it's not a fucking 2-minute squat, I don't care. I don't think it's gonna be 2 minutes. 5 minutes, I'll be happy, but 2 minutes, it'll be shit.
I mean, it depends on how the fight looks to me personally. I pay attention to choreograph because shit, a 2-minute fight can be good. 2 minutes is a lot of fucking time in an anime. I mean, hell,
That's fair enough.
Some of the big fights in Pokemon.
But it could be. What it could be is it could be like a couple of minutes here, then go away.
Pikachu use Iron Tail, Pikachu use Thunderbolt, and the fight's over.
And also, as I mentioned before, to extend the fight a little longer, have some dialogue in between their fight, just to extend it a little bit more.
I want some boss music. For some reason, whenever Ash fights the main villain, they never use any fucking boss music, and it drives me insane.
Sadly, they probably won't because they don't have a remix for his song.
Except for X and Y. I think they use Lysander's music in there. Well, we don't know yet. They can add new music to Journeys.
Yeah, but that would be included in the OST then. Why would they save that not for it,
I don't know.
I'm hoping for it too, obviously. I'm just saying it's just something I'm not expecting. We're only gonna just have those 3 swoosh tracks.
Just make it music that's fitting. Don't dun 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 dun.
There is one track in the OST that I think that would be perfect for that. I'm gonna see if they actually bring it up in the next episode though. Which thankfully we don't have to wait too long. It's coming this Friday, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But anything else from that preview? I'm trying to think off the top of my head here. Of course, the fight is still going to go down. I'm looking forward to that with Go's character. Learning more about it. Obviously, Raihan's going to be entering into the mix relatively soon, too.
Yeah, I've been waiting for Raihan.
And then, of course, the big baddie of the hour. The reason why this whole arc is happening, Eternatus is showing up next week.
Yep.
And I am interested to see how the hell they intend to get his character introduced into the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say this will be the third of a 4-part series. Where I wish we had more time. That's my only criticism, but I don't know what's gonna happen in the other 2 episodes.
Yeah, and I think my favorite thing as well. I feel like Eternatus is gonna have its introduction in this episode, but the fight itself is not gonna happen until next episode after this one. They're only building up Eternatus in this one and introducing everything that they need for Eternatus' character in this upcoming episode. But the main fight that's going to go forward is going to be in the final arc itself. And I think that's what I'm saying. I want Chairman Rose and Ash, when they're fighting with each other, to mainly be dialogue heavy. Because I want Chairman Rose to be the one to tell about the story of Eternatus while Ash is fighting against him. To sort of build up to the fight against Eternatus when we get to that point. Because everything I'm liking so far is nailing it. I'm loving the storytelling. I'm loving the pacing. I'm loving the split storytelling here with Ash in one side and Go in another. I'm loving the music. I'm loving the choreography. I'm loving everything so far. Let's see if part 3 can continue on that momentum. And it's looking promising. The fact that I had to talk about Chairman Rose's thing is already exciting enough, that it being a villain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, just anything else that I need to think off the top of my head regarding the preview for next week's episode? You're just looking forward to it. I know Chad is saying that, a lot of people are kind of hoping Riolu and Reboot don't evolve next week. I don't think they're going to make them evolve next week.
Probably the last one.
Literally the
last one, yeah.
Literally the last episode.
I just want to know is how did they intend to make those 2 evolve at the same time? Because that's the big theory going on.
By having them both glow and then by having them both fight, reach the point where they're almost getting their ass whooped, and then they glow and By the
way, I did a cover of that, and I got almost 500 views. And
yeah, Lumia's trainer Zach is over there shivered at the reality that you did.
Yeah, at the fact that I just did one take at fucking 10:30 at night.
I know, right? But seriously though, if you haven't had a chance, make sure to follow us on Twitter. Obviously, you can check out all the silly shenanigans there.
Japanese. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, listen, Dottie, I don't need to be reminded of that particular scene from that goddamn opening
But
video.
yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah. As Dogasu said, 0 out of 10. Not enough naked man butt. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the
That's what
music
he said.
video.
That's-
you need to see
Looking
that
for
music
man
video for
butt.
1, 2, 3, man.
I'm looking for man butt. That's all I think from the fucking Boondocks.
TS's cover is gonna be on Tyrone's mixtape. Well, looking forward to it in 3022 when that shit drops.
It's gonna say featuring TSS on it.
Yeah,
It's gonna
'cause
be
it's
his
gonna
hit
be,
song.
like, riding home.
Well,
Right.
technically, you need a duo to make that song happen. So
Of course.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's my view. Is like they'll probably both be like injured, almost about to lose, and then they'll evolve, and that's what we're getting. I know it's not that deep, but that's what I think.
only reason
Yeah,
why I
that
say
makes
this is because the wolves are supposed to be involved too. So I'm kind of like curious.
Oh shit, I forgot all about them.
Mm.
Like the episode ends with them showing off the statues of the two wolves right there.
Yeah, how would it get the rusted shield and the rusted sword?
A good question.
I guess yeah, they're literally gonna have to do it when Eternatus is there. So I guess Raihan and Leon are probably gonna buy some time.
Yeah, I'm just expecting
kinda have
like I don't know, like maybe one of the Pokemon with the sword will give the sword to Riolu, and that gives it enough EXP to level up or some shit. And then Zamazenta will give the shield, which will give enough XP for Reboot. I don't know what the hell's going on. Who's gonna be holding the sword? And who's gonna be holding the shield? You know, and all that jazz.
Mm.
And most importantly, where are the wolves gonna go after this?
Let's go leave. Bye. We did our job.
Our work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
We didn't do anything.
They just
Whoosh.
flee.
They just
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah, until though the Swordbird and Shieldbird, whatever their asshole names are, they're probably gonna be
Yeah,
this later.
Swordsbird and Shieldbird. What the fuck? Yeah.
Sordo and Shieldbert, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I've just been really happy with this arc so far. The moment that I decide to view this as a series that's taking the show into like a film storytelling, I think it made my enjoyment of this just so much better. I don't know about what you think of that so far, Tyrone. Like, how are you thinking about the approach they've been taking this arc so far?
I'm thinking I'm like this has been a good set so far. This is like pretty much what we're looking for when we're looking for them to tackle a story plot in Pokemon. They're doing a great job with both of the characters, so it feels like something's happening on either side. Like part of me kind of wishes they didn't call each other. I wish Ash and Go weren't on the phone conversations with each other, because then it would make them meeting up with each other a lot more in line with the story, rather than okay, we'll meet you up there later. Like now it's telegraphed. I kind of wish they had just like happened to be in a spot like, oh, I just happened to meet you because I was headed here anyway with Leon or some shit. I don't know. It feels more genuine when they do it that way. But,
Yeah, but just for the sake of making sure that they meet up again, I guess that's why.
Yeah, that's a small thing. It's not enough to ruin this particular storyline that's going on. At least we see that there is effort in making sure that both characters are taking care of their respective halves of the story. And I love that it also shows that just battling isn't going to be enough here. You're going to need research and knowledge. So it's a nice combination of actually like power and mind working together.
And I think that's what I'm excited for the most. It's just that I feel like the story is, for the most part, accomplishing its goal here, despite how concerned I was. But then I remember, right, Sword and Shield doesn't have much of a story to go with, so they could really fit that here in these 2 episodes. And I think they did well for what they had in the time that they got.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, just to see if episode 3 can continue to deliver on that momentum, and then some. And then, of course, Le Grand Finale with episode 4. And then after that, Mewtwo, which is, to me, still insane that we're literally ending off everything with Mewtwo after all the Sword and Shield stuff end.
I kind of want Mewtwo. I know, like, Mewtwo shows up. What's the context? Do we get a summary from Mewtwo?
No.
The only thing we know is it's titled The Revival of Mewtwo.
Is Mewtwo going to be this weird final boss situation like in JRPGs where after you get done with the one threat, the new the other threat shows up out of pure
Oh, I thought you were
nowhere.
gonna call like one of those EX bosses that just show up after you beat the main
Yeah,
game.
no, that's what I mean. Like once Eternatus dies, Mewtwo cracks out of its body and he's like, I am, art thou art I.
Summons a persona.
And the battle just starts with Mewtwo.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I assume the Mewtwo is probably the start of another story happening later down the road.
Yeah, it's another story, yeah. Which is good for momentum.
Yeah, it's just letting you know that just because we finished Sword and Shield story doesn't mean we're just pausing then and there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, well, technically, if you put into an account, in Let's Go, Mewtwo is the Let's Go game's Mewtwo is technically the final boss.
Technically, yes, you're right. We'll find and wait and see until that moment arrives. But overall, ladies and gents, I think that's pretty much our review for this week's episode, unless anybody here in the call has any additional thing that they'd like to say. But I feel like on my end, I've managed to say everything I wanted to get across, for the review.
Yeah, I don't have much to really go on. Anyway.
I think we did a great job in summarizing everything. I can't wait until next week.
Man,
and Mugendaina, which Mugendai means endless, by the way.
This upcoming episode is promising. It has all. Oh, by the way, we didn't even talk about that. Team Rocket is next week too.
Oh yeah, the Rockets. Yeah, the Rockets were in this episode too.
There's my thing that bugs me a little bit. It's not enough to ruin the episode either, but it does bug me. Team Rocket's there specifically because Giovanni told them to be there. My issue is with this. I feel it kind of weird that Giovanni just now wants Team Rocket to go to other regions. I mean, out of universe, the reason being is because Ash is traveling to different regions. Mm-hmm. But that affects the in-universe story where Giovanni's never asked Team Rocket to go to separate regions. He's always wanted them to stay relatively where they are. I'm gonna say in Hoenn and Sinnoh's case, I don't think he cared. Like I
caring about Team Rocket until DP onward.
Yeah, I seriously don't think he gave a shit. I think when Team Rocket is like, we're in Sinnoh, Giovanni's like, what? You're in where? You're still hired?
Who are you people?
Right, who are you people? So and I think Polly brought this up a long time ago. They're really itchy with Team Rocket's consistency in Team Rocket, like how much authority they have in Team Rocket. Because at one moment, the bumbling idiots who are barely even on grunt level, but in the next, they're Team Rocket's right-hand men? What? It's just so weird. Like, if you know Team Rocket, if you take into account not Team Rocket's character or their gimmick, but the fact that they are official members of an evil organization, and then start using that knowledge to go inside the fact that organizations usually have ranks, Team Rocket is the floatiest motherfuckers in that entire group. I mean, Cassidy and Butch seem a little bit more consistent than them. And that's only because, we know, okay, Cassidy and Butch are better operatives than Jesse and James, but they're still incompetent enough to lose to young characters like Ash, Richie, Casey, and all the others. Team Rocket, on the other hand, Jesse and James, they have been bumbling idiots since the gate. I think the only time Giovanni really put them into account in the OG series was literally during their first mission, which was to kidnap Pokemon at the Pokemon Center. But then afterwards, he doesn't care. He doesn't give enough of a shit about them to really hold them into account. So he never took the effort to really talk to them. In fact, Giovanni doesn't have a real conversation with them until that one episode, Battle for the Badge. And even then, he just sort of loans Jesse and James some Pokemon to challenge the next challengers, which even that in of itself, I'm like, why does he trust them now, even though he just got off the phone with them in Islands of the Giant Pokemon and said that they're fucking idiots? I don't know. So it's weird. Team Rocket's there because of, comedy, ha ha ha. And Meow, oh, look at Long Boy. I know why they're there. It just, if you know who Team Rocket is, it bugs you that they're there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but it's not, like I said, it's not enough to bug me because Team Rocket's inclusion in the show hasn't, in this 4 episodes, from the 2 episodes we've seen in the 4, have not been enough to ruin the experience for me. They show up. They have a scene. But the scene is so small. The scene is so small and takes up such little time. It actually serves as a beat to sort of separate up from all the shit that's happening right now.
Right.
So it's not long enough to make me go. It's not that damn Brandon Pyramid situation where we got a whole battle with Paul versus Brandon, and then we got 5 minutes of Team Rocket arguing on whether or not they should climb the pyramid or walk in the pyramid. And I'm just like, this gotta go. This gotta fucking go. So yeah, I mean that's my thing I noticed, and that's my small way of just, I guess, lens of criticism towards this. Because I know Team Rocket's here, but they're here. I don't know if they're here for a reason, or are they here to just sort of show that there's Pokemon being forced to Gigantamax?
I mean, it's also a reference to the fact that Inuyama Inuko is the Meowth in the games.
Yes. So yeah. So Meowth's here because that's what his fucking toy looks like. But
pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much. But it's not it didn't eat up enough time to make me feel like, oh, this is dragging. And if anything, when Meowth does do his thing, I think it's going to be at a point to show that there's more Pokemon that are forced to Gigantamax and they have no control of what they are when they Gigantamax. So, if anything, it helps world build Galar and tell us how bad the destruction is spreading. So, it's a compromise.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. That's my rant? Question mark.
You could say that.
It's not a rant. I'm not mad about it. I'm just curious. But yeah, that's it. That's my criticism.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Also, I use that to try to buy for time.
Well, I guess we did enough buying for time. Also, I think KG has stepped away again. So.
I mean, with that being said, though, kudos on how much they were able to fit into that episode. Then.
Yeah, because as we know, there's a lot of episodes where there might be 5 minutes where they sit down around and do jack shit,
or dig under the fucking gym, and
you love that, don't you?
Or get blown up by an electrode that somebody buried down there or some shit. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate it. I hate that gimmick. And they use that gimmick more than once. Oh, we're going to dig under the gym and swipe Pikachu while it's exhausted. Right. But then they run into like Aggron or something stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, at least they've improved slightly with Team Rocket storytelling. I mean,
if you got to have Team Rocket in this plot, then I guess this is the best way to do it. Like,
all right.
Yeah. I guess this is now the perfect opportunity for us to go and wrap things up for tonight. What do you say, guys?
Yes, and also next week you get to hear me rant about Zen 3.
Zen 3.
AMD's processor is coming out on the 5th, and I'm planning to get that on launch day, and I'm planning to build it on Thursday, and I'm going to try and see if I can get my hands on it. That's I got to make sure I'm at freaking Micro Center when they open at 10 o'clock in the morning, and see if I can actually get my hands on like a 5900X. And if I do, and if I'm able to build the machine Thursday, you'll be hearing it on Monday.
Nice. All right. So, ladies and gents, if you're intrigued into like the tech stuff, know that our buddy TSS is going to get right on that. Somebody mentioned as well, tomorrow is CD Day, the obvious most important thing about tomorrow.
Well, not tomorrow, but
I guess tomorrow, us, Japan, for sort of
metaphorical tomorrow.
It depends if the digital release happens, though.
Yeah, if the digital release happens, then that means it'll be out at 10 a.m.
Oh, boy, what a great way to start off with going to work, right? Going to go and jam onto my favorite tunes from PM 29.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Let's see.
KG's coming to work.
And on 5th, we'll have Twilight Wings. That's right.
Shit, this is going to be a Pokemon heavy week, is it not?
Oh, shit, that's right. Twilight Wings comes back. I thought it was over.
No, it came back. Or it's not over. It's coming back for one episode or one more episode, I think.
Hey, I'm hyped. I love Twilight Wings.
Just to make things better, Tyrone, the original staff that worked on Twilight Wings came back to work on this episode.
Let's fucking go. All right.
You could say this is an OVA to an OVA series already.
Yep. That's right.
All right, let's see how this Twilight Wings episode goes, though, because honestly, I really loved how things were handled with the other story stuff. So let's see if this one will continue to be better. With that said, though, I think this is now the perfect opportunity for us to go and wrap things up for tonight. Once again, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for being with us here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session of the PokePod World Podcast, specifically here on YouTube. I know it's very different for most people. You know, obviously a lot of folks tend to enjoy watching this on Twitch or something, but for this week in
And
particular,
no 1500 goobies for ad time because there was no ad
yeah,
time.
see, look at that. A nice, clean stream through and through. I prefer Twitch after today. Yeah, you wanted to clip so much, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think we lost the charm of the Twitch clipping, but it was perfectly fine. Just for 1 week. As we mentioned, folks, we wanted to do it here only as a way to help out supporting the channel, to let people
This channel
know
right here, yeah.
that this exists and that all the sessions of the PokePod World podcast are available for you guys here to enjoy. So if you have yet to watch any and would love to just go and breeze through it, we have a playlist with all of the episodes there for you. If you love to be notified whenever we're going to do any more of these, hit that subscribe button. We actually got up from 50 something to 83 subscribers. So clearly there were a lot of subscribers that happened during the middle of our live stream. Thank you guys so much for all the insane love and support. We almost made it to 100 in tonight's session, which I thought was crazy. Obviously, you're right, Evie. The Twitch chat, it did look better because we didn't have the Twitch chat option available on for you guys on screens, which is a little bit of a bummer. But if we ever do more YouTube stuff, I'll do my best to adjust it to fit for that. Yes. But for now, as we mentioned, we're just going to have every now and then a session here on YouTube to just help promote the channel out. So if you did enjoy this, though, please do us a solid, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. It'll definitely help the channel a lot as well. It helps spread the word. It'll let people know exactly what we do here on this platform and to get more fans invested into the show and see if they enjoy it overall. So, We'll obviously get more into it later, see what we think of it when we get into future discussions regarding for future content here on the platform, on this channel anyway. But we'll keep you guys up to date on that. Until then, though, of course, everybody here in the call, Tyrone the God 3, if you check in the description down below, you should find his Twitter and YouTube channel down there. So make sure to follow him on those. He also has his own separate Twitch, which I believe you said you're going to be updating it soon. Are you not?
Yep, from here on, I want to say starting tomorrow, I think. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow. The YouTube, the Twitch, and the Twitter will all go under one name, so it's to avoid confusion. And it's going to be shorter, so it's easier to put on stuff. Tyrone TG3. So everything will be Tyrone TG3. So that means I got to make the appropriate changes. My overlay will still have Tyrone the Guy 3 if you're curious. On
what does TG3 stand for?
But TG3 will be the thing because moving forward, marketing wise, because of the way the world is, I'm aware, but I know putting the word God in your name gets kind of iffy sometimes. Mm-hmm. Just gets iffy with certain audience members, and I want to make my. I'm not saying I don't want to say that I'm generalizing myself for the sake of views, but I am making it so that, we don't have that unnecessary drama that starts with things with the conflict of people in those, with those views. So you can't say I'm trying to be PG friendly because we say fuck, shit, ass, and bitch a lot.
Damn, this God is foul.
It off like no motherfucking business, but I actually gotta watch my mouth because we're on fucking YouTube. But
you ain't making the dollars yet. So.
Right. But on a serious note, I'm gonna change my name. One, it makes things easier, so you won't be like, wait a minute, what's your Twitch? What's your Twitter? What's your YouTube? But your YouTube has a different name than your Twitter, but your Twitch has the same name as your YouTube. No, they will all be Tyrone TG3 as of I want to say tomorrow. And then we'll also be starting off the stream with that new name. So new name. Old name,
new
but
name, same game.
Name for generalized name for all social medias. Yep. That way, also, I'm a lot easier to find in the Google algorithms.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you won't have to type in Tyrone the Guy 3 anymore. You can just type in Tyrone TG3.
Tyrone the Bleep 3.
Tyrone the Bleep, right? Tyrone the Censorship 3. But yeah, so that'll also actually make me easier to find in the search algorithms. Yep. So when you type in Tyrone TG3, you'll be able to just find all my shit now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Alrighty.
yeah, there we go.
Alrighty, sweet. So, folks, if you have yet to do that, once again, description down below. You should also find TS's Twitter account there as well, so you could go and follow him
correct.
there too if you love to see some things, as well as that the discussed 1, 2, 3 opening that he did.
Well, yeah, it was a response, but if you put my name there, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna sing it, but I was gonna sing it comedically. But I don't think I can beat TSS's now, so I don't know what to do.
because I literally did a legitimate take of it.
Well, your singing is you're singing for real. Well, I was just gonna bullshit. I was just doing it for funsies.
Yeah, of course. At the end of the day, that's what matters the most. It's just all for funs. All but nothing but fun here.
Yeah, maybe I should retweet that. I mean, if you go to my profile on Twitter and then go to tweets and replies, it should be there. So just go to my So go ahead and go on my Twitter profile at TSS Killer, and then there's a thread with Ben in it, but my video is about. My video is in the Ben thread that's in the replies and tweets tab. So it's there.
Mm-hmm. So in case you guys want to check on that, there you go. Alrighty then. So what do you guys say? We go wrap things up for tonight then, why don't we?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Once again, everybody, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. If you have yet to do it, once again, make sure to follow us here on YouTube, follow us on Twitter. You can also follow us on Twitch and my channel KG Prestige to be notified whenever we do streams on that platform. We wanted to once again just remind everybody we're just only doing it for once kind of thing, just to see how things work overall here. We hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, for now we're gonna go and wrap things up for tonight, and I am lit tired, but I also want to go and test out this thing TSS sent me, the hidden file.
Yeah, I want to test it out.
I'm gonna go and quit this shit right now.
Tomorrow for my stream, we may be doing a Pokemon race.
Indeed. Well, we'll keep you guys up to date if that happens. So make sure to follow us on social media if you got to do that. You can also follow us over at JPR's Discord. I still got to provide a link for that, but yeah, JPR's Discord. We have a loving, growing community over there for JPR's fans of PokePod, Tasselcast, Tyrone stuff, and his channel with the commentaries, all that good jazz. You can get notified whenever we do any of those things. I'm getting a lot of notifications, so I'm going to go and check on that in just a wee bit.
That's me. Don't worry about it.
All right, then. So, all right, then. Let's go and wrap things up for tonight, then. My name is KG Prestige. Thank you guys once again. We'll talk with all you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. Jesus Christ, my phone's loud. And we'll talk with all you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. And as always, have yourself an awesome day.
Wash your fucking hands, wear your mask, and vote tomorrow. The world needs you.
Wash your votes.
Yeah, wash them votes.
Don't wash your ballots because then it makes them illegal.
Illegal washing. Let's get it. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, everybody, have a good night now.
Make sure you stay careful and make sure they clean the ballots though, because coronavirus.
Yeah, the bacterial virus. There we go. All right, good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.